Hi everybody, this is Hope from hopeyoder.com with a Craft and Cut Fundamental Video 4. In this video, we're going to cover opening and merging designs, measuring using the ruler, turning on and off 3D view, importing artwork, loading backdrops, and then we'll finish with different print settings. So let's get it started. To open a new design, you'll need a fresh page. So if your Craft and Cut surface looks like this, you're going to need a working pane. To do that, open New Page. To open an embroidery design, you will use File, Open, find it, and then select it. And this is an embroidery design. If you want to import artwork to create something crafty, go to a new page, File, and artwork you're always going to import, never open it. So we would import an artwork file, and this would be an SVG file or an FCM file. You can open this, and here are different areas of this file. So you can do lots of fun things with that. But again, to open an embroidery design or import artwork. So this is artwork. We can have it filled or unfilled, so you can see the cut lines. Perfect. Okay, let's move on to measuring this object. Now, you can see what size this artwork is by choosing Transform. And here I have 2.85 is the widest measurement. But another way to measure something when you're trying to design a project would be to use the ruler. Left click to activate the ruler, and then notice that when I move my mouse, I have a ruler now selected. And so with this, I'm going to left click and hold my mouse and drag this over to the furthest edge. So if you notice, I have the ruler and it shows me 2.85 is the width, which is also the same as the width in this area. So the ruler is very helpful if you want to determine the width of an individual item. Let's do this again. So if I want to know what the widest part of the little tag for the tea bag is, it's 0.86 inches. So that might help me decide, is it too small to cut out of paper? Should I use vinyl? What's the best option? To turn on and off 3D view, here you have 3D view as on, so it looks more realistic, versus off. You simply click and unclick to turn it on or off. Now to load a backdrop, let's go to a new page. And first, before we do that, a backdrop is an image that's not a vector image. It's going to be grainy and probably not a good image to work with. But sometimes you'll find images off the internet that you want to trace or create a vector file. So let's go onto the internet, and I just Googled clip art and found this free bow. So when I find the free bow, I'm going to hover my mouse over it, left click and save image as, and I just save this to my desktop. And I've already done that. So let's come back into the Craft and Cut software. We're going to use Load Backdrop, and you can do this two ways, through File, Load Backdrop, or you can use this tool, Backdrop Tool. So we're going to open and look for the bow 3D clip art and open it. And you can see how fuzzy this looks. If I zoom in, it's very pixelated, and that just means that it's not a vector file. Double click on the magnifying glass. Now if I want to hide this backdrop, I can show it or not show it by clicking here. So the reasons you might want to load a backdrop would be to trace this. And we've done this, look for the video called Anchor Point Tool. But if I want to draw this, I can simply activate the line and click everywhere I want. And with this, I'm not going to worry about curving the lines. I'm just going to click, and I'll show you how you can easily fix that in a minute. So let's just do this bow portion. And we'll keep going. I'm going to right click to end it, and I'm then going to close the shape. And if I hide this, you can see my very unattractive bow. Let's go back, and I want to do the center part of the bow as well. So on this center, again, I'm not holding the control or trying to curve this because I'd like to show you another super easy feature that was in a previous update. When I get to the end, right click, and then I'm going to close the shape. So with this backdrop, let's hide this now. And if I come into my shape tool, I can then curve this so it looks a little nicer. If I hover my mouse between nodes, then I can anchor or curve it very easily. And you can continue to draw this here, and it looks like I've got a little bit of an issue here. We'll actually right click and delete this, and you can see I'm starting to look a little nicer. Here, let's hit undo. That's not too bad. Let me turn back on my backdrop, and now with the backdrop on, I can select. Let's do this again and look for the little headphone type symbol, and I can curve out my designs as I go. I really love this feature. This is something that you would find in more high-end type of programs that maybe you've worked with in the past. I'm going to delete this point, and I can curve this out here a little bit, and we'll bring this point down. And you kind of just keep going around until you get this how you like it. Again, you turn on and off the backdrop. So you would take time to go ahead and finish this design, and what you're doing is using a graphic design to trace it, getting your own original artwork. Now once you've created this file, let's just fill this in with color, and we'll fill this one in with color. We have this beautiful design. I'm going to hide my backdrop, and it kind of looks like a butterfly, so I could use that bow to make my own butterfly design. If I have this how I want it, let me show you how to use the print preview. So the print preview, you can select the design, and you can see the two different colors. So if I go back, I can change this to see two different pages at once, or I can toggle between the two pages. I can zoom in, going back and forth, and then here I have some different print settings. So I'm going to leave this at the default, but then I want to print at an actual size. If it doesn't exceed the size of a paper, I could print this in one page. I could show crosshairs, thick crosshairs. I have a lot of different options. If I want to show the colors, the title to show up. So I would title this My Ugly Bow. And now when I click OK, you'll notice My Ugly Bow shows up here and the different designs. And then I could print this template by simply selecting print. Now, if you'd like to save this as a PDF file, here's a little tip. You can go to Primo PDF, this is a free download, and then save something as a PDF. So you have a lot of different options with printing and saving using the backdrop. So stay tuned for more fundamental videos coming your way soon.